This is why I think turntables are cool, but vinyl sucks. My own devices! My own devices! Hi, this is Dave, and this is My Own Devices, and today we're talking about turntables, or this particular turntable, the Empire Troubadour 598 Mark II. Even though I don't own any good albums to play on it, I still like owning it because it's cool. It really is a beautifully engineered unit with this brushed aluminum top, the wood base, this gold finish tone arm. It has a mechanism here to lift the tone arm called the Dynalift. This little cylinder lifts the tone arm when this little screw goes into a little hole here, and it crudely lifts the needle up off the record. This is a 3-speed record player, and how you change the speed is by removing this cover and turning this little wheel. And what this wheel does, it tilts the motor towards or away from the platter. And as it goes closer to it, it decreases the tension in the belt, and the belt slips down further on the capstan where it's wider, which causes the platter to spin faster. And it's the kind of thing that a sophisticated playboy in the 1970s would very likely have in his bachelor pad. And it's just the kind of thing to turn the ladies on. Empire was founded as Empire Scientific in 1959 out of Garden City, Long Island, by Herb Horowitz, who was the founder. He was an engineer, and he started the company in Garden City, New York, which is in Long Island, an affluent village, and interestingly, the place where Charles Lindbergh took off from. He worked at Electrosonic Laboratories, which is now called Audiophile, and he also worked at CBS Columbia, and he probably worked on home stereo devices as well. His first product was 1959's Empire 98 tone arm and 88 cartridge. Very collectible today. His first turntable was the 208, and then he added the tone arm and cartridge, which he called the 298 turntable package. In '63, he basically took the 298 and put a better tone arm, the 980, on it, and called it the 398. In '64, the Troubadour 498 came out, which was a bit sleeker looking and just a nicer presentation. And now he also started in '64 a line of weird speakers called the Grenadiers. And I've seen them in person. They look like furniture. They have marble tops, and you can put them on either side of your sofa. Their cartridges were very highly regarded. They had a full range of cartridges that are still very collectible, and people will pay good money for them today. In '69 was the 598 Troubadour, and there was 3 versions of that. And they were very similar in appearance, but they had slight improvements. In '76, the 698, the last turntable, came out, and that had a different tone arm. Basically, that was one of the main differences, had a nicer tone arm. In '82, a company called Ernst Micro, or Benz Micro, was owned by Ernst Benz, bought the company, but he lost a lot of money and sold it back to an American called Jeffrey English in the mid-'80s. Unfortunately, the company kind of fell on hard times and decided to get out of the turntable business. And they're now based in Tampa, Florida, and they just make replacement batteries for electronic devices. So that's kind of a sad ending. Herb Horowitz went on to work for a variety of other audio companies. He was still very successful. He had a lot of experience in that, and he died in 1985. The 598 Mark II and Mark III are very similar, except for that the Mark III has the badge, the Empire badge, has a backwards R and a bit more modern looking design. One aspect of this I don't like, and it's the hinges that attach to the lid. They're very poorly designed, and often the lid will pop off its hinges, and I'm doing very risky opening and closing this with one hand. Usually it requires two to do it properly. Oh, just popped out right now. One thing I learned after I bought this is that they were missing, the phono cables were missing, and they're proprietary, which means they have a special plug that goes on the underside of the turntable. I found a guy on eBay who makes them. They're pricey, but a definite upgrade over the originals. Right now I have this set up as what I call the peak 1973 system. We've got Advent loudspeakers, a Marantz receiver, and now this Empire turntable. Back in the mid-70s, this would have been considered a dream system by many individuals, and it is very impressive. This was fun. I enjoyed making this video, and I plan on doing more, so please subscribe if you'd like to see more like this. Now I got to decide what I'm going to do with this Empire. Do I keep it and start buying albums, or do I sell it? Well, to be honest with you, I looked up what these are selling for now on eBay, and my eyes really opened up. And you know what? If I sell it, I can buy a whole lot more gear. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So that's the story for today. Bye.